friends. Hope you're doing well. I need your help. I need some input. So I got two questions. Three questions. One's a two-part question. First question: who are your favorite ASMR people, ASMR channels? What are your favorite? Whoever the F's? Trying to do some research, trying to figure out what other people are doing. You know, I follow a handful of ASMR channels, but I'm looking to see what you follow, to try to find some patterns, to try to find some trends, trying to steal ideas. You know, get some of these, put them together, make my own kind of thing. If you don't follow this guy named Austin Kleon, he wrote a book called Steal Like an Artist. Talks a lot about how basically stealing is just getting a bunch of research together. It's only stealing if you steal from one person, but if you steal from like 10 people, it's research. So boom, drop them in the comments, and maybe the people that are watching this video will go check out the comments, and they'll find a new favorite ASMR artist, and they won't watch my shit anymore. Okay, that's that. Part two. Question two. Two-part question. So, a long time ago, maybe it wasn't that long ago, I was thinking about making a all-night long ramble video, which would be like 8 or 10 hours. Is that a good idea? Do you want to see that? Do you want me to ramble for 10 hours? I think I would have to do it in like 30 to 60 minute chunks. I don't think I could do one straight shot, because that would kill my voice. I think it would probably take a couple weeks of me recording, you know, bit by bit. So that's that. Two, if I made that, what should I, you know, like, should it just be like an unbroken ramble about just whatever comes to mind? Which, I mean, you could do that, and then it's just like a bunch of these videos strewn together into one video, which I feel like if you're going through the effort, it should have a theme, and it should be 10 hours of this. So I'm trying to think of like what I could talk about for 10 hours, and then that way I could kind of like not script it out, but like outline it, and then make some bullet points and be like, okay, I know I could talk about A, B, C, D, all the way to like, I mean, I'd probably have to have 20 points to talk about. So, with that said, I'm trying to think about what I could talk about for 10 hours. So I know I could talk about like movies for 10 hours. Just like general ramble on movies for 10 hours. I could do that easy. I could make an anthology of those for sure, where I'm just like, here's some movies I've watched and let me tell you about them. And I think I would just call that one Movies I Like, and it's just 10 hours long, and it's just completely fucking unhinged of just a person who has watched way too many movies in their life be like, let me tell you about this fucking movie. So that's one option. Option two, I could probably talk about hockey for 10 hours. Hockey and ice rink stuff. I feel like it's like hockey and ice rink stuff would kind of go together there. I think I could talk about that for 10 hours, because I played hockey for most of my life. Moving on next, I could talk about photography and filmmaking. We'll call that image making. I could definitely do that for 10 hours. I know a lot about photography and a lot about filmmaking. How to get into the business, if you're interested, the technical side of things. I could do like a photography or film school probably. But I feel like if I did that, I'd want to show clips, and then that starts to get kind of messy with like having to source the clips and then having to really draft out the outlines. But I'd be willing to do it, I think. Or I think I might be able to talk about investing for 10 hours. Or just personal finance in general. I think it would really be what that video would be about, because I think it would have to go over a lot more. The problem is, like, there's some things I don't know that well. Like, I don't really know life insurance. I don't really know 401ks, because I'm a freelancer. I don't have a 401k 401k. I have an IRA. And even then, I'm not like super clear on the distinctions of that. But I could talk a little bit about investing, how to pick stocks. I don't know if I could do 10 hours of that. But I could talk like general money advice, even though I'm not that great with money. I think that's a hallmark of my personality, is knowing what to do and then just not fucking doing it. Just being like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Like, oh, is that the best practice? Yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm gonna do it my way. Boom, Frank Sinatra. So those are the two questions I got. Because I watched a video today about like growing your YouTube channel, and it's like find patterns, and it's like that sounds a lot like do the same fucking shit everybody else is doing. But if there's a way to find a pattern, incorporate it, and then put a heavy dash of my own bullshit on top of it, it might be worth trying. Because I've thought about a lot of things, and then also I want to try to make some 10-hour long ASMR videos. I made one on my white noise channel, which is the link in the description. It's a circle scratching for 10 hours. I just put that up a couple days ago. And I was thinking, when I look at the analytics, because I enjoy doing the ramble thing. Like, that's what I like, and I'm always gonna do it because I fucking like doing it, and it like helps me untangle my spaghetti, ADHD, whatever brain, and just get the shit out. It's like doing morning pages, but my hand doesn't cramp up because I talk as fast as I can think, whereas I cannot write as fast as I can think. So this is just a little better. But then also, I want to do. There's a thing where it's like, I want to provide value, and I know for some people these ramble videos do that. But looking at the stats, it doesn't seem like the ramble is the best use of my time. And then obviously, tertiarily, I'm gonna sell out. Give me that YouTube money. Like, where I want the Zevia sponsorships, so I don't have to pay for Zevia because it's fucking expensive. Zevia, help me out. So much free advertising. If you have drinking Zevia because of my channel, leave a comment down below, and the Zevia people will never fucking see this. And if they do, they'll be like, we're not giving that guy shit because he's fucking weird. But they make a tasty soda alternative, that's for sure. But yeah, just thinking about, I feel really anxious lately just about money and stuff. I made a video about this. I just feel like when I go on jobs, I feel interchangeable. I feel like, it's one of those things where it's like, as I get older, I charge more money because my skill set gets higher. But then I feel like, I think objectively, I'm pretty good at a lot of things that I do. But like, to a client, I don't know how many of them can tell the difference. And if it comes down to me charging a $1,300 day rate versus some new kid who's been doing it for 2-3 years who's pretty good, charging $500, are they gonna be like, is this other guy really that much better? And like, that's the circle of life. It's like 10 years ago when I started, I was charging $300 for a day, and now it's $1,300 a day. But I've gotten a lot of experience. I can do the job better, faster, stronger, and I've got all the fucking gear to do it. Whereas the new kid comes in with a DSLR, doesn't know how to light shit, doesn't know how to set up audio. But like, if it's just a social media video, then who fucking cares, right? Like, it's gonna be seen as an ad. It's gonna be seen as an annoyance. Do they need to pay the extra $800 to have me come do it? And so like, those things start to eat in your head. The imposter syndrome never goes away. Let me tell you that right now. You just have to, I don't know what you do about imposter syndrome. It always just eats at you in the back of your head. Somebody once gave me advice to shift it and to call it scammer syndrome, to like take your imposter syndrome and just know are fucking pulling the wool over these people's eyes and trying to see how much money you can get before you get found out. And I'm like, that's good. That's because that really shifts your frame of focus, and like, I really should be charging more money for some of this stuff. So yeah, there's that. Filmmaking advice. Boom. What to do about imposter syndrome. Scammer syndrome. So yeah, I would like to figure out, how do I provide more value to the people that are giving me their time, that are counting on me to help them fall asleep, because that's really fucking important, to be able to get enough sleep. And then B, how can I be compensated for that value I'm providing? It's a give and take. I feel like the popular advice on YouTube is like, make videos that provide value, okay, but then sell shit. And it's like, a lot of it's just like, and maybe that's because I tend to watch, like, what I mostly watch is like fitness stuff, like health and fitness, and then like YouTuber, filmmaking, photography stuff. So like, the health and fitness people have like nutrition plans and like workout stuff that they can sell, the premium shit, and you're like, okay, like, some of it's pretty good. Most of the time I watch it and I'm like, you said all this shit in your YouTube video, like, I'm happy to support you because you give me a lot of value, but like, maybe do something different. Like, yeah, the free stuff on YouTube was better than the thing you sold me. And that also happens with like filmmaking. I feel like the filmmaking model is like, make some YouTube videos, have a couple that blow up pretty good, get a bunch of subscribers, and then sell them like your preset packages and like filmmaking schools and like how to find clients and all that stuff. I feel like for the most part, a lot of that information is just like regurgitated information that the person does or doesn't really follow. And they're just like, how to get big clients. It's like, step one, have 1 million followers on YouTube. And they're hiring you so that you'll talk about their fucking brand on your YouTube channel. Gee, I would have thought of that. Thanks. I'm glad I gave you $500 for that fucking little nugget of information. Anyway. Yeah. So, I think the only way this channel makes money is like donations, which there's a link down below, which I've gotten a couple donations over the years, and I don't expect anyone to give me any money, but thank you to those people that did. And then ad revenue from AdSense. I don't ever see selling premium content. Like, I don't know what that is. Getting on OnlyFans and being like, dildo. Can you say dildo on YouTube? I don't know. I've thought about having like a Patreon, but that feels weird. Because I don't know what would be on it other than just like audio versions of my videos that you can download. But that also seems like a lot of work, and I don't know how many people would sign up for a Patreon. That just seems like it seems like a lot of work to set it up for like maybe 1 or 2 people to sign up for it. Like, if you want to just download my stuff, there's YouTube downloading thingies. Just go do that. And then as a thank you, you could just put my videos on, just hit play all, and then go to work or school or whatever, and just let me fucking build up shitloads of watch time. Pew! I think I'm not supposed to advise. If you like a YouTuber, the best thing you can do for them is to do that. It's just to watch all their videos, like, not every day, but like, even if you just did it once, or you just hit like play all and you just let the playlist run, like, it would be a pretty good net gain to like most small YouTubers. Like, they would see it, especially if someone has less than 1,000 subscribers. The best thing you could do for them. So like, if you got friends or family that are like into YouTube, they're like, oh, I'm doing my best trying to just go on once a month, and then just hit play all, and then just turn the volume down and go fucking do something else for however long it takes. Because like, to get into the partnership program to make the money, you need 4,000 hours of watch time within the last 365 years, or 365 days, sorry. It'd be easier if it was years. And so you think about like, that's the subscriber barrier is 1,000 subs, that's tough to get. But watch time helps with the algorithm. So if you just watch all their videos, you assume even if they're just getting started, they got 10 videos up, they're 5 minutes each. If you watch, that's an hour. Like that's pretty good. That gives them a nice little bump. And then there's something with like the serial views, like watching many videos like one after the other. That helps a lot. You leave comments, like that's what you could do to help your YouTuber friends. And then just give them like yeah, keep going. That's really all you can do, is just kind of like cheerlead for people and help them game the stats a little bit. But I think if you do that every day, YouTube would probably see that and be like, hey, wait a second, and would probably start throwing out some of those views, if not outright penalizing the person. So don't do it every day. Be sneaky about it. Get some. I don't know why the money symbol's coming up. Be sneaky about it. Maybe just watch two or three videos. Yeah, I don't. So yeah, that's kind of where my head is at. Is like making this year, especially like making a run at the YouTube game for real. Like I've been uploading videos on YouTube for like a decade now, and like the problem is I just have like all these ideas for channels, and I'm like a fucking dog trying to chase cars, be like, oh yeah, this, and then I'm like, no, this, and like if something like gets a little bit of popularity, I'm like, can't do that anymore. That's past me though. I feel like I had a couple channels where like I had like a thing where I had like a pitchman character who was just making commercials for places that didn't ask for commercials. And so it was just like, hey gang, Ben Samashia, like I don't know why it was like a Brooklyn, New Jersey like shitty accent. But I was, it was just like there was a taco place in town. It was like, are you drunk? Do you love burritos? Go like, of course you do. You're drunk. Like, come to De Leon's. And what was great is the people that run the restaurant actually ended up seeing that video that we shot. And then like years later, some guy, I went to the drive-thru, and he's like, you're the drunk guy. And I was like, what? And he's like, duh. And he pulled it up on his phone. I was like, oh fuck. And he gave me my burritos for free. So I was like, fuck, this is awesome. But I stopped doing that because I don't want to become Larry the Cable Guy, where like that was my thing. Even though I wanted that to be my thing when I started the project, I was like, this would be great. Like, this is a great idea to have like a coked out bitch man that just is like so coked out, he doesn't wait for people to hire him, he just goes. That was such a good, I might have to go bring that back. I did feel weird like doing some of the videos sometimes, because you're out in the parking lot and just shouting. Because that was the idea, was the guy was super coked out. But I remember the first one that we did was at this place, and we didn't know what the fuck the place was. We just drove past it, and they had a cool neon sign. And I was like, stop. It was like after the bars had closed. I was drunk, and I was like, what is this place? And my friend was like, I don't know. I was like, pull over, like, and then I went like looking in the windows. It's like 3 a.m. in downtown Omaha, Nebraska, and this just drunk fat kid, because I was fat then. Like, I weighed 100 more pounds than I do now, and I'm like, I feel kind of chubby now, but I was fat as fuck then. So I'm like looking in the windows, and I was like, I'm gonna make a commercial for this place. And he's like, what is inside? I was like, I don't know, the windows are tinted and the lights are off. So the commercial was just me shouting. I was like, hey gang, Ben Samashia, do you like a place that does stuff and things? Go to this place. And then that was it. And people fucking loved it. My friends. But the videos did get like 1,000 views each, which is by most metrics pretty good, because these get like 60 to 200. Anyway, yeah. That's what I need from you. 1, who are your favorite ASMR channels? 2, should I try to make a 10-hour long ramble video? And if so, what should the topic be? I know that one guy's gonna be like, talk about the time you shit your pants. I'm like, I already did that. That was only like 15 minutes, so I could talk about other times I've shit my pants. Or my most embarrassing. I could just relive my most embarrassing moments, and then one day I'll run for office and my enemies will find that video and they'll be like, this guy shit his pants. Because that's gonna disqualify me from office, probably. But I'd be like, what do you want? You know, I'll shit my pants right now, sir. I got no shame. Who among you has not shit your pants? Cast the first stone. And I'm like, that's the spoiler. Everyone shits their pants sometimes, okay? It'll be okay. I'm running for office and I'll try not to shit my pants. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you're doing well. And if not, I hope that turns around for you real soon. I'll see you next time.